Okay, now we're ready to try out the other way that we can render, which gives some pretty good um, uh, results, and that's called rendering in the cloud. Now you actually have to be logged into the Autodesk community because you've joined it, but you should be seeing that you have your username up here. You can sign in or sign out there if you want. It'll be the same things that you set up when you got your password or serial number and product key when you installed Revit at the start of the year. So just make sure that you're in there, otherwise this won't work. Okay, you have to be signed in for it to work. Okay, so we'll come over now and click on Render in Cloud, and we get this box coming up and it says steps, boop, 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 continue, and when that comes up, you can it will allow you to choose any of the 3D ones, or you can do all of them if you like. Obviously that will take longer. These are just corresponding to what I have down here in the project browser. The output type, you can have an interactive panorama or a still image. I'm just going to go still image, but you can try these as you go along because it's all free. The quality, I'm going to just put this on, I might put this on final at this stage, and the image size, I'm just going to have this at large. Exposure, keep that at advanced, and the file type that it's going to be is PNG lossless, but you can also choose from JPEG or TIFF. I'm using the PNG because that's quite a good one to use. And alpha transparency background, that means that you can actually then take it into other Photoshops, but I'm not ticking that at the moment because I want to put some clouds and stuff in this one. But if I tick that, the background here would not have anything in it, okay, which is good if you want to take it into a Photoshop and put it in a country location or something like that into another photograph. So it gives you a rough estimate of the time, so it does take a little bit of time to do. I usually just click on the email me when it's complete, because then I can just let it go, and I'm going to pause now obviously and let it go to show you what happens, or actually I might take you in and show you what it ends up like. So I'll just click on start rendering and it will buzz around and you can go continue in background. Now that, as I said, that will take a while to do. If you've got it saying send you an email, when you get that email you'll know it's finished. And then you can go in and have a look at that, because you see this render gallery here. If I click on render gallery, it'll actually open up my browser and bring up my gallery. You can see it's in my name here, and it has some gallery, and it has my rendering. So I've done several here previously, and they just store in here, but I'll come in and have a look at this one. You can see this one's getting done at the moment. It's got a green thing with a timer on it, but I'm going to have a look at one of these ones I've already done. Comes up, and if I had more views here, there would be more views, and you can click on that and show, you can render as different views. Okay, so you might want to play around with that a little bit, and you can or show a preview of it, and you can see that it's getting even more photorealistic, even though this wasn't probably at a very high standard, but it's looking quite nice there. Okay, you can see your shadows coming over here. You've got your people. The people even have shadows on them. Bushes and so forth have shadow, and the side of the house is shadowed as well. Let's just have a look at some of these other ones here. We can render as a panoramic. Let's just see what happens here. We can put another, that just does another rendering of it, so you can play around with those things as well. I'm not going to go have too many. You can see this one's coming along here as we speak. So you can see I've got lots here, and you will build up yours in there as well as you go through and try them. But it does give very good quality results, and certainly I would be saying probably for assessment pieces, you do them in the cloud, then do them at a high quality, but before that you don't really have to have as high a quality as that. So that's how we do it. We can also have a look at this gallery here. This should be, just take a while for it to load down. This will be some other people's work. I think you can go along. and have a look and see some other people's renderings. It's just taking a long time to get going here. Let's try, see what. You wouldn't believe that's actually drawn, that photo there. All of these ones are actually people, they're actually drawn in Revit, all of these. It's quite amazing, I think, to see some of the realistic views of it. Outstanding. Okay, so you might want to have a look at some of those to get some ideas as well. Going back to Revit, what we're going to do now is in our next series of videos is to look at actually putting the camera inside the house. Now usually to do that we have to have some form of artificial lighting, because if we put the camera in, I'll just do one for you just before we get started on it. If I come onto our ground floor plan and I put a camera, now it might work out there, I'll just try it. I'll stand in the corner here and take a photo over that way. You can see that it works, you know, it takes the photo okay, and when we shade just regularly it shades okay, but if we try to do a render of that, it's more than likely, I'm just going to keep this at a low, it's more than likely that it'll come out quite dark in that house. As you can see, the ceilings and the walls are looking quite dark there already. This one's got a lot of sun on it from the outside, but I'm only doing this at a very low resolution as well, so it should take only a short time to do. And you can see it's very dark in there. So what we have to do is introduce some artificial lighting, and the next series of videos will be showing you how to do that. Okay?